101 Dalmatians. Read the story along with me and find out what happens. You will know when it's time to turn the page when you hear this sound. Once, there were 2 Dalmatians named Pongo and Perdita. They lived in a snug little house in London. Their owners, Anita and Roger Radcliffe, lived with them. Nanny, the housekeeper, took care of them all. Roger was a songwriter. He spent hours playing the piano and writing songs. One day, Pongo received some wonderful news. Perdita was going to have puppies. Everyone was very happy. Anita and Nanny couldn't stop talking about it. At last, the big day arrived. "The puppies are here!" Nanny cried. "How many?" asked Roger. "8!" Nanny replied. "No!" shouted Anita from the other room. 11! Oh, wait! 15! 15 puppies. Perdita was very proud. "Ha, Pongo, you old rascal," said Roger, looking at the puppies. "They'll get their spots when they're a little bigger," explained Nanny. Suddenly, a clap of thunder shook the house. In swept Anita's old friend, Cruella De Vil. Her long fur coat trailed behind her. "I see the puppies are here at last," she said. "I'll buy them all." "They're not for sale," replied Roger. Cruella was angry. She was determined to get the pups. "You'll be sorry," Cruella snapped as she stormed off. Cruella drove off in a huff. She wanted those puppies so she could make a Dalmatian coat. She came up with an evil plan. Cruella hired Horace and Jasper Baden to steal the puppies. "As soon as you have a chance, sneak into their house and grab those puppies," Cruella told them. "You must wait until the puppies get their spots," she added. "But then they will be mine." Each day, the puppies grew bigger, and each day they got more spots. One night, after the puppies went to bed, Pongo and Perdita went to the park. They took Roger and Anita with them. But as soon as they went out, Horace and Jasper went in. Jasper locked Nanny in the attic. Then the Badens stole all 15 puppies. When Roger and Anita returned, Nanny told them what had happened. Roger called the police, but the police couldn't find the puppies. Perdita and Pongo were very upset. Then Pongo had an idea. "Let's try the Twilight Bark," he said. "It's our only hope." Pongo went outside and barked in a special code. "Yap and yip and yelp, yelp, yelp. 15 puppies need your help. Calling all hounds, yippers and yappers. Please help us find their cruel kidnappers." The message passed from dog to dog. It woke up Towser, a bloodhound who lived way out in the country. "A message from the city," Towser explained to Lucy the goose. "An important one, too. I'd better tell the folks on the farm." Old Towser's barking woke up a cat named Sergeant Tibbs. Tibbs told Captain, a horse, to wake up Colonel, the sheepdog. The Colonel pricked up his ears. "Oh, 15 spotted puddles were stolen?" "I think that's puppies, sir," said Sergeant Tibbs. Tibbs remembered hearing some barking at the old De Vil place. "Oh, nonsense! That house has been empty for years," said the Colonel. "Not any longer," Captain said. "There's smoke rising from the chimney." "Oh, then we'd better investigate, Tibbs," barked the Colonel. They went to the old house. Sergeant Tibbs slipped into the house. What a surprise! He saw 99 Dalmatian puppies. 15 of them were huddled in front of the TV. "Those must be the ones," Tibbs said. He raced back to tell the others. The Colonel sent a message. Dog by dog, the message was passed from the country to the city.
"Listen, Purdy," said Pongo. "It's the Great Dane. He has an answer for us."
The 2 Dalmatians raced to meet the big dog. The Great Dane told them where Sergeant, Colonel, and Captain had found the puppies. "We must go at once," cried Perdita. When they reached the country, Sergeant Tibbs and the Colonel were waiting for them. They sneaked into the old house. "What does Cruella want with all these puppies?" they heard Jasper ask.
"She says she's going to make them into a coat,"
Horace answered. "A dogskin coat?" cried Perdita. "How cruel!" Perdita counted the puppies. "There are 99 puppies here," she said.
"We must take them all home with us,"
Pongo said.
"Let's go."
Sergeant Tibbs led the way. Horace and Jasper didn't see them leave. They were too busy watching TV. The Dalmatians followed Tibbs to the barn, but they weren't safe yet. Finally, Horace and Jasper noticed the puppies were gone. The Baddens followed the dog's tracks in the snow. "Here they come!" shouted Tibbs.
"We'll hold them off,"
Captain told Pongo. The Dalmatians escaped out the back door, and Captain gave the Baddens a swift kick in the backside when they came through the front door. Pongo and Perdita led the puppies through a snowstorm. Suddenly, Pongo heard a car. "Quick, hide!" he urged. The dogs hid under a bridge. Luckily, Horace and Jasper didn't see them. All the puppies were tired and hungry. "My nose is froze," whimpered Lucky. Just then, Pongo heard a friendly bark.
"Follow me," said a collie. "I have a place for you to stay."
The collie led them to a warm barn. Some friendly cows gave the puppies plenty of milk to drink. Soon, 99 puppies were fast asleep in the hay. Pongo and Perdita thanked the cows and the collie.
"Tomorrow morning you can go to the village," said the collie. "A Labrador retriever will meet you and show you how to get home."
The next morning, Pongo and Perdita continued on their way. Pongo knew that Cruella would be looking for them. He tried to brush away their tracks with a branch. But Cruella saw the tracks. "They're headed for the village!" she shrieked. When the dogs reached the village, the Labrador was waiting for them. He led them to an empty blacksmith shop. "A van is leaving for London soon," he said. "There's room for all of you." But Cruella and the Baddens had reached the village too. "Find them!" she shouted at Horace and Jasper. The dogs were trapped. "Pongo, how will we get to the van?" Perdita whispered. Just then, Lucky said, "Patch pushed me." He was covered in soot from the furnace. "He pushed me first," Patch whined. He was covered with soot too. Pongo turned his head and saw the dirty puppies, which gave Pongo an idea. He rolled in the soot.
"Look, I'm a Labrador. Come on, Purdy. Let's all be Labradors."
Soon, all the Dalmatians were covered in soot. "We're going to fool the nasty lady," said the pups, giggling. The van was getting ready to leave. "Better hurry," said the Labrador. One by one, the puppies were put in the van. They almost made it, but the last puppy became stuck in the snow. The melting snow from the roof washed off the soot,
There they are!
Cruella cried. The van pulled away in the nick of time.
After them!
Cruella shouted. Cruella drove too fast for the slippery road.
Oh, watch out!
Cried Horace. But it was too late. The cars crashed and rolled down a hill. Everyone landed in the deep, soft snow. But the cars were smashed to pieces. Back in London, Anita and Nanny were decorating the Christmas tree. Roger was too upset to help. They all missed the Dalmatians.
Sometimes at night I think I hear them bark,
said Nanny.
but it always turns out to be a dream.
Wait! Cried Anita. Did you hear that bark? Nanny flung open the door. A large black dog jumped on Roger and covered him with kisses and soot.
Oh, it's Pongo and Perdita with